College of Life and Environmental Sciences. Friday, 10th of July, 2026, 10 a.m. Today, we're coming to you from the grand halls of the University of Birmingham, an institution steeped in discovery and research since 1900. The University of Birmingham was the UK's first civic university, a place designed for everyone, not just the privileged few. Every one of our graduates today is part of that proud tradition of learning and achievement. Degree congregations at the University of Birmingham date back to 1901 and are held here in the Great Hall, right at the heart of our Edgbaston campus. Attended by nearly 30,000 graduates and guests each year, these events are the highlight of the university calendar and represent for many students the conclusion of their studies at Birmingham. Originally built as a cathedral to learning, the Great Hall never fails to impress our visitors. The building is Grade 2 listed, and it's really the details that make the space so special. It features a trompe-l'oeil dome ceiling located above its formal marble entrance. The entrance is bordered by archways that are designed to draw the eye towards the centre of the room. The music you can hear is being performed by our very own student musicians. They often perform versions of modern pop hits or songs with a Birmingham connection. As our graduands wait for the ceremony to start, this is a time for them to reflect on how far they've come. They may think back to the first lecture they attended in a packed lecture hall, making friendships that will last a lifetime. Maybe they're thinking back to their first eureka moment, when their chosen field of study finally clicked into place. Or perhaps they're thinking about late-night debates in the guild, that group project that pushed them to their limits, or the spark of inspiration when they saw their research was really making an impact. Today, they close one chapter and open another. A degree from the University of Birmingham is more than just a name on a certificate. Our graduates are recognised by employers for their resilience, creativity, and dedication. Soon, they'll find many exciting opportunities waiting for them. shout out to the staff, students, and volunteers who have made this special day possible. We couldn't have done it without you. Also, a reminder to share your photos from today on social media. Make sure to tag our accounts so we can engage with your moment. The audience is a mixture of graduands who sit in the back of the hall and their loved ones who are seated near the stage. During the ceremony, the graduands will make their way up to the stage, accept their scroll, and be applauded by their families and fellow students. In the sea of formal robes in the ceremony, attendees may spot black gowns, red and green gowns, and possibly some other eye-catching colours. The black robes are worn by those graduating with their bachelor's and master's. Green and red robes are for those picking up a doctorate degree. To the families, friends and supporters watching from home today, your encouragement, pep talks and well-timed cups of tea have helped our graduates reach this day. Let's take a moment to appreciate the parents who still don't quite understand what their child studied but are immensely proud regardless. Well done, everyone. You've earned this celebration. Soon, our ceremony will begin. There's a degree of pomp and circumstance to the day that echoes back through the years. These rituals connect our graduands today to students from the very first British universities formed in the 13th century. This procession isn't just tradition for tradition's sake. It's the university's way of honouring the past, affirming the authority of scholarship, and marking the threshold our graduands are about to cross. Now it's time for the procession to start. Senior academics of the university are led into the Great Hall by 2 mace bearers and will sit on stage throughout the ceremony. There is a mace bearer at the front of the line and one at the back. The latter is called the Esquire Bedell. Both carry large silver maces that they put down on stage. This is a ceremonial kick-off to the day. The mace bearers are usually staff members from the university who have volunteered to take part. Row by row, the procession makes its way up to the stage, passing proud faces in the congregation, students in mortarboards, parents wiping away tears, tutors exchanging proud glances. A senior member of the university, such as the Chancellor or a Provost, will be the last to take their place. They'll stand before the attendees and declare the congregation open.
I declare the congregation open.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the University of Birmingham, and welcome to our Great Hall for today's degree ceremony. My name is William Bloss, and I'm Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Head of College for Life and Environmental Sciences. And it's my great pleasure to say a few words better. Is that better? How about now? I'm going to wait for a wave from the AV folks. How about at the back? How about if we go old school? Better, okay. So good morning again, everyone. Welcome to the university. My name is William Bloss. I'm Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Head of College for Life and Environmental Sciences. And it's my great pleasure to welcome you this morning, to welcome our graduands, those of you seated at the back who will shortly become graduates, and to welcome friends, family, supporters sitting in front of me and those joining us online. We appreciate many of you will have had a very early start this morning, so thank you for joining us today. I hope that avoids some of the heat later on. Today is a real celebration, not only of academic success, but also of commitment, of perseverance, and of personal growth. As members of the College of Life and Environmental Sciences and the School of Sport, Exercise and Rehabilitation Sciences, you've spent time studying human health and lifestyle, sport and exercise, and developing the insight to understand how these activities improve our well-being, and the responsibility to understand how they might improve our futures. We're here celebrating that knowledge today, but your journey here may not have been easy. Achievement at this level rarely is. It is earned. It is earned through effort, it is earned through resilience, and it's earned through willingness, through a willingness to learn from what doesn't go to plan. You will have encountered demanding assessments, complex ideas. You'll have encountered moments when the next step was not immediately clear. But you found a way through by thinking carefully, by working purposefully, and maybe by supporting one another. You built not only your knowledge, but your character and your confidence also. Many of you will be leaving formal education behind today and readying yourselves to dive into, or maybe return to, the real world, as it's so called. I'd urge you not to lose the spark of curiosity nurtured during your studies, to keep listening to a voice that maybe says, is there more to this than meets the eye? To keep asking why, to keep asking how, and to keep asking what if. And keep seeking new knowledge, and to gather evidence, weigh arguments, and always be open to changing your minds. Universities are rightly esteemed places of learning. They're also, though, special places, places where people with differing beliefs, with different languages, differing customs, and maybe interests and personalities, meet and can exchange perspectives and often forge meaningful and lifelong connections. And I'd say do treasure those relationships, those friendships. They seem easy now, but they take work to maintain, and that effort is absolutely worthwhile, as these friendships can form the basis for your future networks. They can be people who will sustain you in times of success and times of challenge. Like the knowledge you've acquired here, the bonds can extend far beyond your time at university. So do work at those friendships. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge those who have played a crucial role in your achievements to date. So behind me are just some of the academic staff, some of our university community who've encouraged your intellectual curiosity, who've nurtured your creativity and inspired you to keep going. You'll also have been supported by others, by tutors and a whole range of support teams behind the scenes. So I'd like to invite you now, please, to thank everyone who has supported you through your journey at Birmingham. Please join me. Thank you. And graduands sitting at the back, if I look right in front of me now, I can see your friends, your family, your supporters, and those online from all corners of the globe. And they are very proud of everything you have achieved. You'll probably all have that person or those people who maybe had faith in you, supported you, showed you kindness, maybe even without whom you wouldn't be here. So graduands at the back, can I ask you please to stand up and to give a huge round of applause and cheer to everyone sitting in front of you. So graduands at the back, all of you stand up. Okay. Thank you everybody. So you're all very polite and restrained. We're going to have to cut through that as we go through the ceremony. So in a moment, you will come up onto the stage and our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Adam Tickell, will admit you to your degrees. This will be your moment, and when your name is read out, that will be your graduation. And, family and friends, that is your cue to make a lot of noise, please. So be careful on the steps, give a big smile for the cameras, and don't forget to savour the moment. Class of 2026, congratulations.
Now for the handing of the scrolls. The graduands walk across the stage to collect their scroll from the presiding officer.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Gareth Wallace, and I'm the head of the School of Sport, Exercise and Rehabilitation Sciences. Vice-Chancellor and Principal, to you and to the University, I present the names of these graduands, as listed in my programme, proved worthy to be admitted to their respective degrees.
By virtue of my authority as Vice-Chancellor and Principal, I admit those persons listed in the programme to the degree to which they are to be presented.
College of Life and Environmental Sciences, School of Psychology, Doctor of Philosophy, for research into the early origins of self-awareness in human babies using a specially designed baby virtual reality system, Alice Emily Cousins. School of Sport, Exercise and Rehabilitation Sciences, Doctorate in Sport and Exercise Sciences, for research into the role and function of the sporting director in elite football organisations, Andrew James Spalding. Doctor of Philosophy, for research on optimising the physiotherapy management of patients with temporomandibular disorders, Giacomo Asquini. For research into the conceptualisation and consequences of the coach-team relationship, Samuel Booth. For research into the screening for energy deficiency in athletes, Rachel Louise Chesters. For research into the effects of acute exercise on peripheral blood immune cell number and function and applications to cellular immunotherapies, Phoebe Abigail Cox. for research into the benefits of photobiomodulation therapy on individuals with fibromyalgia, Bethany Claire Fitzmaurice. For research into teachers' and students' perspectives on physical education for well-being, Anna Maria Gatt. For research into spinal cord stimulation to counteract autonomic cardiovascular dysfunction and exercise intolerance in individuals living with spinal cord injury, Daniel David Hodgkiss. For research into self-harm in dance, Maria Kolitsitha. For research on the psychobiological determinants of performance, Hannah Grace Mortimer. For research into exercise-based clinical trials for people affected by dementia, Felicity Sarah Emma Spencer. For research into the effectiveness of physiological tests in elite soccer, Mitchell White. Master of Science, Luke Henry Boyton. Owen Haney. Hannah Ianson. Hoi Tik Yip. Master of Science, High Performance Sport, Sanjay Jiva. Master in Science, Sport, Exercise and Health Sciences, Danielle McQueen. Hannah Rose Poulter. James Protopapas. Sport, Exercise and Health Sciences with Applied Sport Science, Isabella Adams Howard. Livia Baker. Daniel Baxter. Alexander James Earlham. Sophie Hopwood. Edward Hunt. Maya Hyland. Darcy Nash. Ella Oldland. William Young. Sport, Exercise and Health Sciences with Applied Sport Science with International Year, William Parsons. Sport, Physical Education and Coaching Science, Thomas Whitburn. Sport, Physical Education and Coaching Science with Applied Sport Science, Christopher Howarth. Bachelor of Science, Applied Golf Management Studies, Jack Carter. Thomas Clements. Samuel Knowles. Samuel Mortimer Ford. Ashton Rollett. Christian Taylor. Harriet Williams. Alistair Woolgrove. Sport, Exercise and Health Science with International Year. Christina Alva Maria Campbell. Abdulrahman Eglain. Amy Grasham. Avnika Heer. Nathan Milnes. Kemi Onasanya. Joseph Opalka. Madeline Penty. Poppy Priest. Gabriel Rogers. Annabelle Scholl. Louis Vale. Libby West. Daniel Whitelock. Tom Wilkie. Isabel Woodman. Sport, Exercise and Health Sciences, Ayman Mohammed A. Abdul Rahman. Oscar Albro. Saeed Khadija Ali. Haneen Hussein E. Al-Sharif. Karina Andrea. Thomas Archer. Matilda Ashley. Kalong Thompson O'Young. Noor Zawari Ibanja. Chloe Beale. Caitlin Bessinger. Hermione Bhargava. Evie Bishop, Sam Bishop, Holly Blair Kitchener, Gabriel John Bory, Eleanor Brimmel, Jamie Bryan, Joshua Bull, Ellie Grace Bushill, Isabella Canham, James Carlton, Joseph Carnelli, Salah Myro Carr-Hartley, Aidan Casey, Serena May Castaneda, Si Nok Chan, Xiu Chung, Bethan Church, Corey Saul Churchill, Lyra Cobb, Freya Cook, Sophia Korjolu, Hannah Coots, Elwyn Davies, Finley Davis, Hannah Davis, Lewis DeCellis, Ruby Dykes, Ali Eluasi, Millie Everest, Lily Feebray, Emma May Fleming, Georgie Fraykin, Eleni Francis, Caitlin George, Emily Gilmore, Molly Godfrey, Cara Louise Greenway, Alex Grogan, Dylan Gumayagai, Chung Hin Ha, Mahmoud Al-Mahdi Hassan. Lydia Hawker. Katie Hay.
Vice-Chancellor, graduates, graduands and guests, it's my great pleasure to present to you Mr. Lee Saunders as an Honorary Doctor of the University of Birmingham. As an orator, I often do these, and it's for somebody outside the university, and it's a great personal pleasure to do it from one of our own. Lee's story begins far from the grand settings of higher education. Born in Northampton, raised in a two-up, two-down house with an outside coal shed, he was the first member of the family to attend university. His father was a jazz trumpeter and instilled in him a lifelong love of music and culture. Drawn by this love of music, alongside his academic curiosity, Lee went to the University of Manchester to study medieval history. Obviously, the Manchester subculture of the 80s was also a pull. Lee's musical passions included indie music, the Smiths, the Tube, and visits to Manchester's legendary Hacienda nightclub. He even played in an indie band called Outside October. Now, I can find no record of this, and so if anybody who went through the 80s, and I think some of you are in the room, if you could get back to me on dodgy videos of that band, I'd be very grateful. Lee is also a keen sportsman, which is appropriate for this ceremony. Sport, exercise and rehabilitation science. Lee was a keen cricketer, batting at number 5, but his career was brought to an end by knee damage. So hopefully somebody in this room maybe can fix that knee and Basher can be back at number 5. His doctoral work focused on the Crusades, a topic which is ever more relevant given the news that we hear each day. At this time, he applied for a lectureship in Manchester, but was encouraged by his supervisor to also apply for an administrative post at the University of Warwick. He was offered both positions. In this sliding door moment, he chose the Warwick position, possibly because he felt Warwick was near London, where his current girlfriend was. Thus, through serendipity, began a career that would help shape British higher education for more than a decade. At Warwick, he worked across multiple areas, travelled extensively and gained first-hand insight into universities and public policy throughout Europe, the United States, and developing countries, including Ethiopia and Eritrea. Warwick was also where he met his wife, although initially it didn't look good, as she described the Warwick team as brash, fast cars and cheap suits. Lee denies ever having a fast car. I leave the judgment of his suits to others, but he does occasionally dress up as Darth Vader. In 2003, Lee became academic registrar at Durham University. There, within the complexities of the collegiate system, he learned the importance of what he describes as the small things: human dignity, personal relationships, and the value of community. In 2008, Lee was persuaded to come to Birmingham as registrar. Now, you may not know what a registrar is. Lee may tell you something of that in his response. But his success is probably because you don't know what a registrar is, because it works so well behind the scenes. He saw this university as a sleeping giant full of unrealised potential. And over the last 16 years, he's played a central role in its transformation. And you can see the evidence for that outside this room. The Green Heart, the new library, the Teaching and Learning Building, the Sports Centre, the hotel and the Central Teaching Laboratory all bear imprint of his vision and leadership. On the people side, he championed the Birmingham Professional Initiative, creating a strong culture for professional services while ensuring that those services remain firmly focused to support teaching, research and student success. Despite driving this major institutional change, Lee is famously sceptical of new technology, preferring printed papers and a red pen to the latest software. Our sustainability colleagues may have something to say about that. His influence extends well beyond Birmingham. He chaired the Association of Heads of University Administration, contributed to national higher education policy, and built international networks connecting university leaders around the world. Lee continues to contribute to higher education through governance consultancy, research and policy work. His greatest achievements lie not in buildings, policies or structures, but in people. Those who have worked with him know him as a leader with a low ego, a sharp intellect, linguistic precision, and an unwavering belief that universities matter, not only for academic excellence, but for public good. Vice-Chancellor, for his outstanding contribution to the University of Birmingham and to the advancement of universities nationally and internationally, I present to you Mr. Lee Sanders for the award of Doctor of the University, Honoris Causa.
By virtue of my authority as Vice-Chancellor, it is my absolute privilege to award you the degree of Doctor of the University, Honoris Causa.
Right, let's see. Are these working? Can you hear me at the back? Good. I thought the reference to Darth Vader was a low blow. I had thought of coming today as Count Binface, but I thought the metal hat might be a bit worn, so forgive me, you have me in person. Vice-Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellors, colleagues, graduates, graduands, guests and friends, thank you. This is very humbling, and I'm deeply grateful to the University for conferring this honorary doctorate upon me. And Jerry, thank you for those kind and generous words, and we've been colleagues, as you've said, for many years. So it means a great deal to me personally that you have given the oration today, especially as Jerry himself retires this year after such distinguished service to the university, to biology and to education. So I wondered if you could indulge me and ask to join me in a round of applause for all that Jerry himself has done for the university over the years. Many congratulations to the graduates and many thanks to your family and friends for supporting you. I always love degree ceremonies. They remind those of us who work in universities why we're all here. And now I want to say something about giving back. But first, let me answer the question that Jerry put. What on earth does a university registrar do? Now, I'll try and give you some idea of that through two quick anecdotes. Before I was a registrar here at Birmingham, I was registrar for a while at the University of Durham. I hadn't been there for very long, and there was a student rent strike. And a group of rather posh Durham students came into my office, and one of them said to me, "Well, who are you then?" So I said, "Oh, I'm the registrar." Students then replied, "What do you do then? Keep the register?" And that gives you some idea of the history of the role, because they had the truth of it. If you go back several centuries, the origin of the office is that the registrar used to keep the enrolment, the register of students. But the role has grown a little bit since then, as my second story suggests. David Eastwood, who was Adam's predecessor as Vice-Chancellor, was once asked, "Vice-Chancellor, who runs the university when you're away? Looking at the registrar, he replied, the same person as when I'm here. But of course, the reality is that no one person can run a university, certainly not one as large and complex as this. And Birmingham's success over the last 20 years has come from the contributions of thousands of staff, students and supporters. And it's been a privilege to be part of it. I owe a great deal to higher education. It made me who I am today. As a first-generation working-class student, it opened doors for me. It broadened my mind, it deepened my passions, and it gave me lasting friendships. Serving universities has been my professional life and joy. I met, as you heard from Jerry, my darling wife Sarah, through universities, and our son Oscar has had to put up with 2 university parents all these years. And when he graduates next week, we will be as proud of him as I know all your families and friends are of you. Universities create, interpret, and share knowledge, but they also transform people's lives. And because higher education gave so much to me, I always felt that working at a university was a small way of giving back. So bear that in mind in what I'm about to say. And I'll leave you, as is customary in these events, with 3 pieces of advice for our graduates to reflect upon. Number 1, have agency. I know times are tough in the employment market, but you should have confidence in yourself and in your Birmingham degree. If you want to fulfill in life, take responsibility for it yourself. Careers are very rarely linear these days. Mine certainly was not, and in my own career, I found myself doing all sorts of different jobs that I didn't expect or didn't ask to do. But I never once said, that's not in my job description, or I don't fancy that. So do your best at what's in front of you. Show initiative and stay curious. If you're on your toes, you're better placed to take those opportunities when they come past. And as Louis Pasteur famously said about luck, chance favours the prepared mind. Keep your ego low, get on with things, and as my old mum would say, use gumption. 2, but it's not all about you. Advice my younger self would have benefited from. Most jobs are team sports. Little of value can be achieved alone. You will go further and enjoy life more if you listen well, share credit generously, and recognise other people's talents will often strengthen your own. Ambition matters, but so does humility. Be the colleague who is reliable, constructive and kind. The person who helps the team succeed, not just the one who wants to shine. In the end, people remember you not just because what you've achieved, but how you helped others to achieve too. Number 3, give back. As I said, working for universities was my small way of giving back for what I had benefited from higher education. And of course, giving back isn't only or even mainly about money. It's wonderful if you earn the money in due course to be able to contribute financially to causes that matter to you. But giving back can mean so much more. It can mean giving your time, your attention, your encouragement and your experience. It can mean mentoring someone who's just behind you, volunteering in your community, supporting a colleague and offering those small day-to-day kindnesses. None of us get along entirely on our own. We all benefit from chance, kindness and guidance along the way. So wherever life takes you, do look back and reflect and reach out. Success is not just what you accumulate for yourself, but what you contribute to others. Now, if you hadn't noticed, there's a World Cup going on. And as you are sport and exercise science students, I thought I would leave you with a quote from Peter Schmeichel, the great Manchester United and Danish goalkeeper, who said this: "Football is a team sport. I'm proud of what I achieved in my career, but I also know that I wouldn't have achieved any of it without the support of my teammates. I played with great players, great managers, and great teams. Thank you and enjoy your special day."
Vice-Chancellor and Principal, to you and to the University, I present the names of these graduates as listed in my programme, proved worthy to be admitted to their respective degrees. Alani Santosh Hibbard. Finn Humphreys. Gemma Humphreys. Henna Hussain. Joel Hutchinson Goncalves. Abigail Ives. Junyu Jin. Sophie Jordan. Daniel Kelly. Joshua Kent. Hansu Kim. Madison Sophie Nicole Laddell. Amelia Lawton. Farhan Liaquat. Ella Long. Tallulah Lowbridge. Iona Macmillan. Maria Mahmed. Oscar Mann. Samraj Singh Mann. Nina Marshall. Aoife Matthews. Amy MacArthur. Jazim McBain. Eva McCutcheon. Callum Merritt. Bradley Mitchell. James Nicholson. Rosa Norman. Jaden Olupitan. Abby Parker. Louis Parks. Millicent Pearson. Kira Pembroke Pullen. Eleanor Perks. Isabel Ann Piggott Dennison. James Pratt. Samuel Nicholas Pratt. Finian Punton. Cian Quinn. Samuel Nicholas Pratt. Yeah. I've got it. Thomas Radin. Isabel Redding. Daniel Roberts. Joseph Rubinoff. Orla Saris. Lauren Scott. Gabriella Elise Sethi. Natalie Lila Megan Sewell. Nikhil Sharma. Jack Sherrod. Ellie Shufflebotham. Isabel Skelton. Harry Smith. Oliver Spencer. Sophie Gemma Stock. Ella Teal. Reuben Thelwell. Finnan Tompkinson. Dan Tonkin. Jennifer Nancy Towler. Ivan Troiano Gordon. Samuel Natambwe Shiamala. Joseph Francis Tutti. Jamie Weisel. Robert Weisel. Benjamin Wagstaff. Harmanpreet Walia. Jack Walpole. Charlotte Warnes. Ellen Weir. Edward Wells. Daniel Walton. Sport, Physical Education and Coaching Science, Fawaz Akidi. Sophie Bolland. Sophie Cornt. Colleen Devlin. Billy Duggins. Amelie Graham. Brenton Hanson Jr. Arushi Holt. Daniel Per Bertil Keeper. Hyunji Kong. Jaden Lowers. Jessica Mahoney. Sumit Mehta. Oliver Moore. Charlotte Simpson. Will Tolley. Sport, Physical Education and Coaching Science with Business Management. Samuel Ainsworth. Gabriel Aman. Meg Austin. Fateh Begum. Grace Brooker. Amy Louise Dempsey. Amy Atote T. Clayson. Molly Finn. Jack Gould. Emily Hatton. Molly Jenna Flukes. Oliver Kahn. Dawson Kimberley. Tasminda Kuno. Felicity Lee. Emily Miskell. Zhu Yang Ni. Charles Price. Darcy Smith. Abu Bakr Sultan. Yanlong Tan. Kai Yuan Max Tay. Emily Tebble. Yiren Wang. Nok Hang Wong. Emily Wright. Yi Cheng Shu. Sport, Physical Education and Coaching Science with International Year, Emily Rose Hill. Postgraduate Diploma, High Performance Sport, Abigail Jackson.
So, first of all, congratulations to all of our new graduates. Well done, you've done it. Congratulations. So, I'm Adam Tickell. I'm the university's Vice-Chancellor, and it is a real and genuine privilege to be part of your graduation and to celebrate your achievements with you. I am sorry about the sound for everybody, by the way. We have a choice. We put air conditioning in this year for the first year. It's kind of a bit better to be working out the sound levels than sweltering in this ridiculous heat. But I do apologise for that. But it is a lovely ceremony, and I could see as people were coming up slightly some nervous smiles and some beaming smiles, but I can see just how much today's moment means to everybody. I'd also like to give special thanks to our honorary graduate, Dr. Lee Sanders. As you heard from Lee and from Jerry, the registrar is a critically important person in the leadership of any university. And during the time that I've worked alongside Lee, both in my current role and in previous roles, I not only came to rely on his outstanding judgment and the degree to which he made sure that the professional services at our university serve the academic mission of the university to produce outstanding research and outstanding education. But I really came to value his humility, his judgment, and fundamentally his sense of humour. So he's a genuinely worthy honorary recipient and a very good friend to the university, and I have to say to myself. So thank you, Lee, for everything. For all of our graduates, today marks the end of your relationship with the university of one type, but the start of another. Today you've joined a family of more than 400,000 students in over 170 different countries. That family is the alumni of the University of Birmingham. As a graduate of Birmingham, you're part of a distinguished group. A group that includes Nobel Prize winners, pioneering engineers, celebrated authors, Olympic gold medalists, successful entrepreneurs, inspiring educators, policymakers, groundbreaking clinicians, but mostly just great people who make our world better. And together, our community has developed a formidable reputation. Just last month, it was announced that our university is being placed as the 68th best university in the entire world by QS. Now, 68th. Nobody knows quite how many universities there are in the world, but there are well over 10,000. So to be a graduate of one of the top 1%, well into the top 1%, is an outstanding achievement. So congratulations. It's a rise that reflects the quality and the ambition of your university. An ambition that's felt in research, in the way that our academics have winning research grants, and including staff in SportXR. Over the last 4 years, our academics have won over £1.1 billion in competitive research funding. It's an ambition that extends to ensuring that the education we provide can be as strong as it possibly can be. Just on Tuesday, the results of the National Student Survey, and for those of you who don't know what the National Student Survey is, it's a government-led survey which asks every single final year student in every university in the UK to comment on the quality of the education and the broader student experience they've had. In the NSS this year, our university was 10th best in the whole country and the best of all the universities in the Russell Group. Particularly pleasing was that the graduates in this hall were much happier than predecessors, and you are happier with your education than your counterparts at the University of Loughborough, which is obviously, for you, a great achievement. If you walk down the corridors of this building, you'll see museum objects, artworks, manuscripts, photographs and films that tell the story of the people who've shaped the university over the last 126 years. These include one of my predecessors, Raymond Priestley, who was Vice-Chancellor during the Second World War and into the 1950s. Raymond Priestley was part of the very ill-favoured Scott exhibition to the Antarctic, but went on to play a pivotal role in our university. He played a key role in shaping sports education in Britain and was instrumental in launching the first undergraduate physical education programme in 1946, which then moved on and transformed into the School of Sport Exercise and Rehabilitation Sciences. There are numerous ones of these. They're stories that give our university its meaning, stories of discovery, perseverance, creativity and courage. And now your stories join those. Each of you is a chapter in our rich history. Through your experiences in the seminars and studios, laboratories and libraries, through challenges and through celebrations, you've both shaped and have been shaped by this community. Our history is one of creativity and vision matched with perseverance. Our motto is per ardua ad alta, and roughly speaking, that's Latin, which translates into through great efforts, high things. Great efforts have failures, but they have successes. We have ambition, breakthroughs and achievement. These may already be part of your story. They will, no doubt, shape your future. You and everybody here in the hall and elsewhere who've supported you have numerous reasons to be proud. Standing here on this stage at our formal opening over a century ago, King Edward VII laid down a challenge to our students. The language is old, but the sentiments are right. And he said, "I say that the honour and dignity of this university is largely in your hands, and I look to you to initiate and hand down worthy traditions to your successors." These words remain true. Our futures will always be connected. Every one of you is part of the university's legacy. Every one of you will help to shape what we become. Our next chapter begins with you. Class of 2026, many congratulations. And with that, I declare the congregation closed.
The ceremony that completes the university journey for hundreds of Birmingham alumni has come to an end. The procession begins to stream out of the Great Hall, carrying with them the maces that were set down at the start of the ceremony. It's a nice bit of visual poetry that bookends the ceremony. As those maces are carried forward, so too are our graduates onto their next adventure. This is a powerful moment for our graduates, representing the culmination of years of dedicated study. The education, connections, and friendships they have made at Birmingham will last a lifetime. The University of Birmingham is known for producing great thinkers, change makers, and innovators. From Nobel Prize winners to sporting champions, this institution has shaped minds that go on to make a real difference in the world. Today's graduates are stepping into that legacy, ready to make their mark. Whether they're heading into research, launching businesses, or, let's be honest, finally taking a proper break before the next adventure begins. From the Great Hall to the wider world, our graduates will carry the knowledge, ambition, and spirit of Birmingham in their next chapter. Wherever you're watching from, this is not just an ending. It is the beginning of something exceptional. The live stream has now ended.